Hello friends, coming at you from Canyon City, Colorado with some exciting news. At least I'm excited about it. I am writing a book again. Now, if you followed my work for probably the last 4 or 5 years, you know that I started a book a while back called Unfolding Faith. That kind of stalled out around the time of our move. I picked it back up shortly and then went through some health issues. And now this summer, I've picked it back up again. What's interesting about it is that I would say the overall flow of the book has changed quite a bit. One of the things that has become very real to me is the need for us as Christians to be theologically anchored, emotionally and spiritually healthy, and loving others well in our everyday lives, in our culture, the times that we find ourselves. So kind of the foundational drive, the gist, Unfolding Faith, is that I had expectations about faith and life, yet as I walk through life, sort of like when you start hiking on a trail and you might have a map, and so you kind of know how it's going to go, but you don't know the terrain, don't know exactly what the elevation, incline, and the hills and the trees are going to look like. Maybe you've seen some pictures and so forth. But as you walk it, the path unfolds before you and you experience it for yourself, for the first time. And so kind of with that in mind, looking at how my faith has unfolded like that. I'm not talking about my faith unraveling. Rather, I'm talking about the ways I expected faith and life to work when I follow Jesus versus what I've discovered as I go through the experience of following Jesus. And in that, when I first started this book project, I didn't really have an end where I wanted to take it. Now, this summer, as I reopen it, there's a very clear end and vision that I would like to cast through it. It's primarily a memoir. It's primarily my story of lessons that I've learned. But part of what I've learned is the importance of being theologically anchored, emotionally and spiritually healthy, and loving others well as we go through life. And so it's going to be parts 1, 2, and 3. Part one is looking at the ways I bumped into faith and life not working as I thought it would, coming to the realization that I'm not very emotionally healthy. Just the experience that I had had in church and ministry that led me to ask some really hard questions and face some struggles, depression even, going through grief and losing a loved one, and how to process how is God good when things like that happen and so forth. So that's part 1, kind of bumping into the issue, the lack, like, wait, this isn't how I thought it was supposed to work. Part 2 walks through some key fundamental shifts that I went through in my own life regarding being theologically anchored, emotionally healthy, and more loving of others. And then part 3 casts a broader vision for the church today, looking at how we can develop this in our own lives, in our corporate lives, the congregations we're a part of, the communities we're a part of, and so forth. So just wanted to give that as an update. I have a chapter that I'm working on and hope to release to you all of the Unfeigned Christianity Patreon membership community within the next couple of weeks. So by the middle of August. Part of what has delayed getting this out is just that we didn't do any traveling this summer and thought it would be a slower, more laid back summer. As it turns out, we've actually been quite busy with a lot of activity here in our local community and so forth. And so I had hoped to have this out at the beginning of the summer, more like June, but I'm close enough to getting the first chapter ready for you guys to have a preview of that. I thought, hey, it's August 1st. I'll give you guys this update. So stay tuned for that, and I'll have more for you coming down the road.